that expectation to be happy can also be an added stressor for somebody who may be experiencing a bit of a low mood or a stressor. So you have to put on the smiley face. So that already is also an added stressor to the holiday. And as mentioned earlier, the rituals have all to be met. You know, you have to tick the boxes. Is the meal planned? Is every day going to be memorable? Are we creating happy memories? To add on, social media. We all know that social media at that time of the year is inundated with perfect family pictures, perfect family holiday activities and gatherings and so on. So this inundation can also be a stressor for a person who is reminded that they don't have some of these things. Difficult family dynamics, that can be a stressor as well for people who have conflict within the families, and now you have to go spend Christmas with the family.
And pretend.
Yes.
Could that even induce secondary trauma in the event that there is underlying trauma?
Yes, if the person has experienced trauma within the family environment, this is an environment that is not safe or comfortable for them, and they have to return to this environment for this specific holiday. So that's already a stressor because you're being triggered.
Let's get to that mechanisms that need to be in place, whether you have a history of being susceptible to triggers or whether or not you may be triggered for the first time. How can one deal with these triggers? How can one deal with these complex family dynamics? Does it mean that I need to stay away from the extended family over Christmas? Does it need to mean that I need to isolate myself and induce additional pressure?
So maybe just the basic tips first for everyone, whether with a history or not. It's important to plan ahead, you know, just draw up a plan, a list of what you need to do or what needs to be done. This will also help you prioritize the important things. And a list as you are going will help you tick off certain things so that you don't have the stress of running to do things last minute. I'm not saying plan to the nitty-gritty, but at least an outline. And that will at least give you some, okay, I need to do A, B, C, D before 2 or 3 days before the holidays and so on. Also, come up with your budget, or yes, at least think about the finances, because you don't want to overspend. We all know what this overspending does to us in January, the consequences and the after effects.
The mental health dire straits.
Yes.
That January potentially holds.
Yes. So just come up with a budget, try and stick to it. I know there's pressure to, like I mentioned earlier, social media, you want to show that this and that. Try and stick to your budget, spend on what you can afford, right? So that when January comes, you are not in shambles because there's no money. So that's also very important in terms of planning ahead. For the people who are already having issues before the holiday season, you also need to plan ahead, especially more so with your coping mechanism. So if you know that you are vulnerable to get triggered or to react amidst your family members, think about it beforehand, because you don't want emotions or difficult feelings to creep up on you. You'd rather be prepared for them so that when you come, or when they come, you have something set in place to help you deal with that.